Welcome back. Well, we have very special guests for you this morning on Daybreak. Zoo to You is a local organization that spreads the word about the importance of conservation in the wild. And we have the directors, David and Lisa Jackson. Welcome, you guys. Good morning.
Thanks.
And you guys are going to talk to us about the importance of rainforests and the animals that live in them, like this little guy here.
Isn't that amazing? Everybody just gets such a big thrill out of meeting a sloth. We're so happy to have received one this year. Yeah.
Oh, you just got it this year.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
So, well, we're a rescue zoo, as most people know, and so we don't go out and seek our animals or anything and go, oh, it'd be really great to have a cheetah, you know, which would be, but we have no way of knowing what we're going to end up with. But sometimes we end up with pretty amazing things, like a sloth. Yeah. You know, this was a sloth that was in a zoo that couldn't keep the baby that it had. And so they needed to find a home for it immediately. They had no room left, didn't know that their pair had bred, and so then we got a call. These animals come to us from all kinds of crazy situations, illegal pets, animals permanently injured, different reasons. We never know what we're going to get, and all of a sudden, here comes a sloth, and we're like, yay, everybody's into sloths. They're such an amazing rainforest animal. They live in the canopy. The sloth in the wild would probably live in the same 4 or 5 trees its whole life.
So when you get a sloth for the first time, how do you prepare? Because these are, you know, rainforest animals. How do you prepare yourselves at Zoo to You to house a sloth?
Well, we have, we're set up for it. We're set up to take just about any kind of critter that comes our way. We have a facility that's rather large, and we basically create microclimates. So there's a humid, warm place for this animal to live at our zoo. There's a cool, wet place for the otters to live. There's a warm, dry room for the tortoises. You know, I mean, so everything has kind of its own little needs, and we're set up for being able to handle that.
Yeah, I want to show off.
I want
to show. What's the sloth's name here?
This one's name is Edward.
Edward.
Yeah, we named him Edward Scissorhands.
Edward. Oh. Is it sharp? Does he claw a lot?
Oh, the claws on these guys are what keeps them in the canopy of the rainforest, hanging upside down their whole life. Yeah, you can see it's just hanging on her. There is no falling. These guys do. I mean, they live 100 feet up in the trees, and so they're just set up with 2 big old claws in the front. They should be called 2-fingered sloths, because all sloths have 3 toes, and he's got 3 big old claws on the back. They're hooked. They grab onto the branches. They're very strong, but they're not strong. They're strong hanging, but they're not strong. They can't stand up. Like if you put this thing on the table, the sloth would not be able to stand up. Its whole world, like it's looking at you upside down right now.
I think Edward wants to.
Yeah, he wants to come over and check you out.
Am I able to hold it?
You're like another tree.
Okay, here, I'll act like a tree. Here we go.
Yeah, he might.
So you guys are really spreading the word about the importance of rainforests. Later on this morning, you're going to go to a local elementary school to talk to students about that. Just tell us about that.
Every day, 300 schools a year. Every day we go to a school to teach kids about wildlife and the environment. We have a lot of different programs, North American wildlife, deserts, and everything. Today happens to be a rainforest under the canopy program, where we talk to the kids about the importance of rainforests, of course, for us. I mean, who couldn't live without chocolate? Right. And medicine. Oh yeah, there's medicine. About 70% of all medications. Yeah, chocolate first, then medications, and of course, you know, every once in a while we need oxygen.
Yes.
So that works. And the rainforest is very important for the animals to live there. Some animals can live anywhere. Yeah. But some animals are specifically made by nature to live in one spot, one little niche, one little habitat, and they can't live anywhere else. You take a coyote from the beach, take it up to the mountains, no problem. But you take a spider monkey from the rainforest,
which we
and try to put it in. We happen to have,
in studio. Oh wow. Okay. Hi. Oh, we're gonna be.
We take this and you take it and put it somewhere else, like a grassland or a desert or some other habitat, and it's not going to survive. It is so specifically made. These 2 animals are so specifically made for living in the canopy of the rainforest. Everything about them, their body parts, their diet, their habits. That's why we need to protect those habitats, because they can't live anywhere else.
So tell us about this spider monkey. What name? Where'd you get it? How old?
Maya is a little spider monkey that came to us in 1994. So, and she was probably about 6 to 10 years old at that point. So that monkey is older than you.
Oh, oh gosh. So what's the plan for these? I mean, you're housing them. What's the plan for their future?
Sure. This is an animal that is not a good pet, obviously. They poop about every 15 minutes. They're seed dispersers in the wild.
They're not change a little bit later, but
they're animals that don't belong in somebody's house, and sometimes people end up with them in their house. This is not an animal that is good for a normal zoo that's going to like breed for conservation and stuff. She's got metabolic bone disease. She's got a kind of curvature of her bones and stuff. She was an illegal pet, so she doesn't really know how to play well with others. But for us, it's perfect because we get to go tell the kids her whole story of being found in a garbage dumpster in Los Angeles from somebody throwing her away.
Yeah.
So it makes a high impact educational animal. So she gets to serve her purpose for conservation,
Right.
because education is just as important as propagation or habitat destruction, or saving habitats from destruction, or research. I mean, there's many parts to conservation, and she's serving 25%.
Well, you guys are heading out to which school this morning?
Oakley School in Santa Maria. We're going to be at Oakley
Awesome.
School, and this is our third or fourth time there this year to teach the kids about these animals and let them meet them up close. That's what makes an impact. That's what makes them make different decisions about wildlife and the environment in the future, is be able to meet these guys, these ambassadors.
All right, well, people are able to go visit
Sure.
Zoo to You in Paso Robles, so, and they can find their information online. We just want to thank
By
you guys.
appointment only.
By appointment only.
By appointment only. Got to go online and book an appointment. We're not open to the public. That's if you want to go to a public zoo. Charles Paddock, fantastic zoo right here in Atascadero.
But it's
We're
well
really
worth
lucky.
it. Every reporter that's ever done a story with you guys, very exciting stuff out there. Well, we want to thank you guys for bringing in Edward and Maya this morning.
Yep.
And we'll see you both even later this month in April, right ahead of Earth Day, with some other animals. All right, for now, Earth Day. Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. Well, we have much more news ahead. Stay with us. We'll be right back.